What's going on, YouTube? It's James with ChiHammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and this is finally it. Round 5, the finale of the Adepticon GT. I'm actually kind of sad because this is the only video I have for you guys this week. I have to actually go play some games or some shit to actually get you more videos. But it is a hell of a game. If you guys haven't been, if you guys aren't caught up to where we're at in the Adepticon GT, round 1 I had a big win against Lord Tremendous. Round 2 I got a not a crushing defeat, but it was still a defeat against the Dark Wizard. And then round 3 I actually had a small win, even though I should have lost, but I won by objective. And then round 4 I had a big win that I screwed up and made it a small win. So now round 5, I'm actually 3 games winning, 1 game loss, and the 1 game loss was not a big loss. It was only an 8-point loss. So so I'm actually doing pretty decent. I'm actually on like the 4th table, I think it is, out of the top, like, whatever tables. And you know, and I'm playing against Alex Meyer, and Alex Meyer has only fought me at Adepticons. That's just an interesting fact. I've only fought Alex Meyer once in the team tournament, once in a singles tournament last year, and then again this year here. So I'm playing against some beast herds. Beast herds is one of those armies that kind of scares the shit out of me, though, because they're like the brown orcs, as I like to call them nowadays. The brown orcs. And they just have good toughness, good strength, good stuff, good bound items, good everything. Anyways, so this is going to be very interesting, to be honest. We're going to see where it goes and how this ends up. Now, first off, let's go over the armies real quick. I mean, you already know what my army is. If you don't, it's on another video that you could just kind of look up. But besides that, here's my magic. My magic, I got Enveloping Embers, I got Scorching Salvo, I got Flaming Swords, I got Pyroclastic Flow, and I got the Ruby Ring of Ruin. So I got a level 4 Pyromancy. He has a shit ton of bound spells. He has the Foul Hide Totem, Pale Sun Totem, Dire Wolf Totem, Wolverine Totem. Wolverine! He has 2 Wolverine Totems. Who the hell named it the Wolverine Totems? I want those cards to have freaking Hugh Jackman there, like, ah! Just screaming it, you know, with the freaking Jackman face that he does on those cards. Anyways, he has Break the Spirit and he has Awaken the Beast. And, that's his spells. So as you can tell, he has a level 2 of Shamanism. Over on this side, he has a Gore-Tex on the right. He has a unit of Centaurs with throwing weapons right there. Then he has in the back, I believe that's just a Razor Tusk Chariot. Over here, he has a horde of like 40-ish. Hold on one second. Let me look it up, how many he had. I have the list right here somewhere. Where's that list at? It is right here. Haha, I lucked out. He has a Wild Horn herd, 37 of them. He has his BSB in there on the right corner. As you can see, he has 2 units of gargoyles, and he has another Gore-Tex. He has another group of centaurs. He has 1 single centaur hiding somewhere that is excuse me, but that centaur has the Impaler. He has a general on a chariot, and then he has his shaman on a chariot. So these guys are just generals 1-up. The general's an old Zod loadout, which is like the 1-up, 4-up, and then he has the Bluffer's Helm, and then his shaman is just, I think it's just kind of like shaman-y. He doesn't really have much to him. Let me see. Uh-oh, this page is stuck. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to be able to check it. Anyways, so he gets... I basically drop my whole army, and I roll for him to get first turn. I think this is my only real opportunity to allow myself to get the shooting in a shooting proper in the first turn. Because first turn, if I take it, like, to rush for it and then I get it, he has the Dark Rain item, and the Dark Rain item makes me -3 to shoot or -2 to shoot or whatever it is, and it's just not worth it. It is not worth it to try to take that first turn initiative off of a Beastman player when they have the Dark Rain. So I let him, I drop my army, I let him roll for first. I basically have the same exact setup as I always do. Black Orc center, Cave Goblins on the side, Common Goblins chilling in the back. I put both the chariots on the left side, and I'm looking at it like, okay, I know what I want to do. I know how to do this. Basically, I just got to take advantage of it. He was real smart. He didn't put himself in the fields because he knew I had pyromancy, so he put everybody in the trees so he really doesn't get shot. And he just kind of moves around like so. Magic phase, he got 7 power dice. First thing he does break the spirit onto Boss Tooth, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna charge. I'm not gonna do shit. Oh no, he does it on the goblins here, so they're -1 to shoot. And I'm just like, okay, well, that it is what it is. Anyways, he goes ahead. And these guys, the centaurs, they vanguarded up, then they moved up right next to my chariot, threw their tomahawks, they snuck in a wound, and that is it. That's basically his whole turn. It's gonna go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and goblins, turn 1. Orcs and goblins, turn 1. What I do is he kind of didn't expect this. I didn't really move. I measured out how far everybody is, and all my goblins. Basically, all 3 goblin units actually could shoot his horde. The majority is not in the woods. Not only that, I just turned the 1 unit on the left to face at the centaurs because the centaurs were actually within the 8 inches where I'd have to release my fanatics. So I was like, I don't want to release my fanatics early. I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to shoot some centaurs and just kind of play this chaff game with my chariots and see what happens. Magic phase, I got 7 power dice, maybe 8 power dice. I don't know which one's which. But here... Magic is a son of a bitch. I'm going to tell you that right now. First thing I do is I do a Ruby Ring of Ruin, and he lets it go, which was smart of him. And it goes off, and I get like a perfect 6 and a perfect D3 attacks another 6 or another 3, and I just blow up some gargoyles. I just fucking take out the whole unit, just burn them. And I'm hoping, I don't want the chaff popping out my fanatics, truthfully. So that was one of the reasons why I got rid of the gargoyles first. Second was he actually put the pale sun totem on his Gore-Tex there, so he has magic resistance, and I was just like, it's not really worth it, but let's get rid of the stuff that we can get rid of before it becomes an issue later. So I go ahead and I blow up these gargoyles. They're fucking dead. Nobody panics. And then I go ahead and I do a pyroclastic flow. He stops that one. But he didn't know I had enveloping embers, and I go ahead and I just roll 4 dice, and boom, enveloping embers. Holy shit! I do it right onto his horde, the wild horn horde, and it goes off. He can't stop it. He tried to stop it, but I just outrolled him, and holy fuck! This is the unit beforehand. This is the unit from the beginning pictures. It had 37 of these guys plus a freaking BSB, and holy crap! It was just like, just burning the ranks. Holy shit. It looks like he has 17 left, which means I killed 20 of those son of a bitches. 20. He was just like, holy shit. When I was measuring it, I honestly looked at it from across the table and I was like, alright, I want to shoot these guys as much as possible before he gets to combat with my Black Orcs, because truthfully, if he got into the fight with my Black Orcs would hold and probably do a good chunk of damage, and it would be a brawl, more or less. But what would happen is he has like armor piercing totems, he has initiative totems, so he'll eventually get the advantage. So I measure it from my wizard to that unit, and he's looking at me measure, and he thinks that I'm like trying to move towards him with my Black Orcs, and he goes, oh, the charge range is really far, and I'm like thinking to myself like, no, I'm measuring to freaking nuke you, man. I am not going near you yet. So I go ahead and I decided, and that was it for magic. We're gonna go to shooting phase. I'm gonna shoot all these goblins. Holy fuck, here it goes. And I just start fucking hailing arrows. I didn't even have to move. He was in perfect range. So I have volley fire. I'm shooting all 4 ranks, and it was just like, kill 5 more wild horns. He's like, holy shit. He still doesn't panic. And you know what? I'm gonna shoot him with these goblins over here. And I'm just like, kill more of them. He looked at me. I think you could tell by the way his elbow is placed in this picture that he's holding his head like, holy fuck. And I'm just picking apart this horde, and it's gonna start off his turn. Beast Herds turn 2. He's like, well, fuck it, I have to do charges. I have to, because... And I was kind of trying to frenzy bait him. He had like an 11 charge with the Gore-Tex, and I was like, does it have Swift Stride? And he's like, nope. And I was just like, cool, if I stay like within 11, it's going to basically frenzy bait him. So he decides... I move actually my one character back a little bit, so the closest frenzy target is actually the Space Rock. So he goes ahead and he charges. And I stand and shoot. I don't do shit for a wound. and he goes ahead and he charges the other guy with the Impaler into the Chicken Rock, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, I hope he fails both of them. This is going to be no problem, no brainer. You know, I mean, it's kind of a far charge for both of them to get to. This guy over here failed his Frenzy check, and he has to charge, and he charges into my Cave Goblins, and they pass their Terror check, and it's still a far charge. It's like a 12 that he needs on dice. He fails this one, but this one, boom, he gets in. Oh my god, he got both of them in. I was like, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Oh my god. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh man. Well, excuse me. Space Rock is at full health, so even if he does impact hits and all that shit, I'm gonna hope that I can just swing before his guy and just destroy him, get a shit ton of poisons off, and kill his Gore-Tex, because that's the bigger issue. Over here, ambushes are just popping up right behind my chariots. I was like, son of a bitch, these fucking damn 2 units of ambushers, both of them pop up, and now I'm like, okay, well, as you can see, he starts huddling inside the woods. He doesn't want to get shot at as much, so he starts putting everybody inside the woods because he realizes he kind of got smashed in that first round. Magic Phase got 8 power dice. He goes ahead and he gives up these guys the Pale Sun Totem. Then he gives this guy Break the Spirit. He gives my Spider Break the Spirit. God damn it. Damn, I think I actually tried to stop this one. Or I stopped the initiative one. That's what I did. Over here, Shooting Phase. These guys start shooting at the Dragon Rammer. They don't do shit. This guy over here, Impact hits. Oh my god. Impact hits and the Impaler and his Gore-Tex do 7 wounds. So I'm still alive. I'm stubborn on a 6, and I fail it. I only do 1 wound back onto the Gore-Tex, so that Gore-Tex is pretty much fresh. He has to chase. He chases, and basically his Impaler guy runs off the table. The Gore-Tex stays on the table, like so. Nobody panics. It was close, though. Nobody panics. And I'm just like, oh, this is a bad spot. Oh, this is really a bad spot. It's going to go ahead and start off turn 2. Turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to charge both my chariots into that guy over there. And I'm like, the way I think of it is if both of them get in, I'm out of the way of getting shot. And I'm going to just do impact hits. And I expect one of them to die, but not both of them. If you notice, he actually did 2 wounds with his throwing weapons. So he did 2 wounds out to my Dragon Rammer, and I'm like, Dragon Rammer's going to die anyways. Might as well charge into that guy. Hope to do a couple wounds, and then they make it easier to kill later on, soften him up. The Dragon Rammer goes in alone. The Wolf Chariot fails. Now, one thing I did fail in, okay, as you can see, I moved my Black Orcs up to just start to advance on his guys. Is kind of an intimidation factor. I want him to believe that I'm just going to go over there and steamroll what's left, right? But what I was really trying to do was give my Goblins some space to turn, and then I was supposed to move my Cave Goblins back so I don't release the Fanatics. I forget to do this. I am telling you guys right now, I forget to move my Cave Goblins back so they're still within range to releasing the Fanatics. The other thing that I did here, which is really fucking funny, was around this time, for some reason, I believed we were playing Breakthrough. So I'm thinking I have to get to the other side of the table. So I don't say it to him now, but I'm thinking it like I gotta get to the other side of the table. For you guys watching right now, the objective was flags. But for whatever reason, I'm like, oh man, I gotta get to that side of the table. I gotta get to that side of the table. So I'm counting my moves. Like, okay, I could use this move to turn, shoot, this move to get back and on track, and then start marching up. And then by turn 5 or 6, I'll be up here. Anyways, as you can see, my Cave Goblins, they turn sideways to face off at the Gore-Tex, and I decided to use Boss Tooth to just march up right in front of his Centaurs. I'm like, you know what? I don't think they have quick reform, but basically I'm going to be there comfortable, and regardless, he can't really charge me with his chariot, because there's no real, like, maybe he could. I don't think there's enough space, but anyways, I just do this because I realized nobody on that side's a threat to Boss Tooth now. Boss Tooth is kind of going to dominate. Magic Phase got 8 power dice, or I got 8 power dice. I go ahead and I do a Pyroclastic Flow. I think I tried to do the Ruby Ring, I fail it. I think he's trying to stop Embers. Maybe he did stop Embers. But I go ahead and I do a Pyroclastic Flow a boosted one. I'm only 12 inches away. Only 12 inches away. So I'm going to do the biggest boost. And I'm going to nuke the shit out of that unit that just popped up right behind me. And boom! I just take out like, holy fuck, out of like 14 guys, I take out 11 with a boosted pyroclastic flow. Holy crap. He was just like, what just happened? Doesn't cause them to panic, but there's only 3 guys left. My fanatics come out. One dies inside the trees, the other one stays right there. And I'm like, well, fuck, I had to release him because I fucked that up. I'm going to go ahead and shoot these guys into those remaining 3 guys and kill those 3 guys. Causes these guys to panic. They're going to run off the table. That is awesome. The other guys don't run off the table, though. Over here, I released my fanatics. I threw the Cownado right into that Gore-Tex. I was like, fuck the Gore-Tex. They're getting the freaking Cownado. He's getting the cow. One died when he hit the wall. The other one bounces off the wall. They did only 2 wounds. But you know what? It softens them up. Because guess what? All the goblins right there. 20 goblins shooting at them. 3 more wounds. Exactly. 3 wounds. I was like, holy shit, these goblins did it. They fucking popped off a Gore-Tex. I mean, it was just move, and that's it, because it was close range. So I needed to hit on 5s, wound on 6s, and I just got enough and just killed that Gore-Tex. Thank God. Over here, this unit here is freaking Bazooka, the long shot. Bazooka, the long shot, goes in and shoots. Look at that green banner. Look at that green banner. Or the green moon. Mwah, I love it. And for the record, if you guys are wondering why the banner is white, where all the other banners I have are yellow and tan and whatever, maybe you guys don't wonder this, but I'm just explaining it to you guys. That is a pelt. It is a white lion pelt that he is using as a banner. I just thought that was cool. Anyways, I use him. I shoot these guys over here. Kill 2 of them. Now, unfortunately, I realized this as I'm making the video. I didn't realize this while we played the game, but these guys are already tested on the shooting phase, but I killed 2 of them and he tested it where he takes a panic check and these guys run, and they run for the rest of the game. That shouldn't have happened. He already passed the panic check once on shooting phase. He should have been fine. Over here, close combat, I don't even think the Dragon Rammer did a single wound. He goes ahead and he swings and he just crushes the Dragon Rammer. Of course he's going to crush the Dragon Rammer. And he had the opportunity here where he could have turned to face my Black Orcs. He didn't. He decided to go ahead and charge into my Goblins again. I think he was hoping for frenzy or terror checks. I don't know what he was expecting, but nothing really happened. He's going to start off his turn. Beast turns turn 3. Beast turns turn 3. Charges here. Fails that charge again. He charges into the boss tooth. I'm like, whatever. Then he charges his general into my Black Orcs. And that's kind of where I was thinking, like, he should have charged. Oh, he charged both chariots into my Black Orcs. The Razor Tusks and... No. I take it back. We're going to go back to this picture. He's charging his Harpies into the flank of my Cave Goblins, and he's charging his Razor Tusk chariot into the side of my Cave Goblins. That's what's happening. He's charging his general into the Black Orcs, then he's charging his Gore-Tex into the Cave Goblins on that side. Personally, I think he could have charged all his chariots and his Gore-Tex into my Black Orc unit, and I would have been in trouble. I mean, I'll be stubborn, but I would still be in trouble. But he kind of spread out there. So he goes ahead and he goes in, general into my Black Orcs. The other 2 guys connect into the flank of the Cave Goblins, and then the Gore-Tex fails the charge again. This guy comes onto the table over here, and that's about it. Magic Phase got 6 power dice. He goes ahead and he does, I don't even know what the fuck he does. Close combat. Impact hits. All these guys do all their things, and it just takes out 10 fucking Cave Goblins. Holy crap, excuse me. 10 of them are dead. I fail my steadfast check and I run, and he basically just chases me down, eats my whole unit. That was basically a waste. Shooting phase, he obviously put his impaler over here to shoot at boss tooth. It didn't happen. Over here, close combat, he challenges with his general, and I go, I'm declining. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I declined. And he goes, really? I go, yeah. I'm like, I don't have to accept it. He goes, yeah, but you won't get your general's leadership. And I was like, yeah, I'll be steadfast on an 8. I'm fine. And I'm ITP. And he's like, shit. shit. So he does the impact hits. It kills 4 of these guys. I choose great weapons with my unit. I choose hand weapon shield with my general. He goes ahead and he swings, and he tries to pick out my general. So he swings at my general. I'm like, parry. And not that the parry mattered, but and I get a full armor save, and I'm good. My general takes 1 wound, actually. My guys swing back, and they rack up 3 wounds on this guy the first round of combat, and he's just like, shit. And it's going to go ahead and start off turn 3. Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. I decided to charge this guy in. I'm like, fuck it. He needs to go in. I'm going to charge in here. He gets in, of course. He's using those guys as chaff, more or less, now. That's about it. That's all that really happened. I'm stuck in combat over there. I decided to chaff up his Gore-Tex. It's going to be in my way with, or I don't want him to charge my Black Orc, so I use the Goblin Chariot as chaff. Hold them up like that. And I angle my goblins, both my goblin units, to basically face the Gore-Tex when he overruns. So this is going to be a thing of beauty, by the way. So that's it. Magic Phase got 9 power dice. I go ahead and I do a Ruby Ring onto this guy, get a wound off. I go ahead and I do a Pyroclastic Flow Small, fail it. Then I go ahead and I do a Boosted Scorching Salvo, and this one goes off with double 6s, so he wants to see me misfire. I end up getting a wound off on the Gore-Tex. I end up getting 3 wounds off on the Razor Gore Chariot, and then I end up killing off 4 of the 5 Harpies, or the Gargoyles. Holy shit. Then I lose the spell because the miscast. I lost a couple goblins because the miscast. Yeah, 3 goblins. That ain't nothing. Over here, shooting phase. I'm going to shoot these guys into the Gore-Tex, do another wound. And then over here, close combat, he challenges. And at this point, I'm thinking, this is honestly my thought process was like, he challenges again. I could decline it again, attack again with my Black Orcs, potentially do some wounds. Or, I could just accept with my general. He doesn't do any wounds, or he might do a wound or 2. I can't afford it if he does 2, but regardless what happens, if he does a wound, he's going to lose based on the fact that I have 3 ranks and a banner, and basically he's going to lose, right? So he goes in, I accept the challenge. He doesn't do a single wound to my general. I think I whiffed on him. Maybe I did 1 wound onto his general, but he's down by 3 ranks and a banner and maybe a wound. So he's probably like minus, let's see, 3 ranks, banner, wound. I don't think he was down that much. I think he was down by 4. But either way, if he was down by 4, he rolls the dice, he rolls a 5, and he sticks. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Wow. Alright, so nothing happens. Over here, close combat, my boss tooth just wipes out this unit, kills them all. And or it kills a couple, they run away. I overrun on purpose, and I go over this way like so. I end up taking a wound for dangerous terrains, and that's about it. And it's gonna go ahead and start off his turn. Beast turns turn 4. Beast turns turn 4. He's gonna go ahead and charge in here. Now I don't know why he charged in here. I probably would have just walked around, but I think he was thinking that he's gonna fail his frenzy check. I don't know. I don't know why he charged into my chariot. Maybe he just wanted the free points. But he charges into the chariot. Of course, he's gonna get in. Oh, I remember why. He wanted to go in so he could get heal. So he could, if he does a couple wounds, he has the opportunity to heal his wounds. That's what he said. So he goes in here. Like I said, these guys ran off the table. These guys are all hiding behind the hill back here. They're all like, I'm not getting shot by that fucking wizard. I'm not going to get shot by those goblins. Anyways, Magic Phase got 5 power dice. Goes ahead and he gives, I don't even know what he gives. Oh, he gives plus toughness onto his general. Plus toughness or plus strength? Over here, close combat, he does the impact hits. He kills my fucking chariot. He overruns. He doesn't get any heals back. But when he overruns, this is the most beautiful overrun I've ever seen. He just stops right in front of all my goblins. And I'm like, close range volley fire shots. Oh my god. Oh my god. Magic Phase. I think this is my turn, actually. Yeah, this is my turn. Nothing happened in combat with the generals. So, yeah, Magic Phase got 3 power dice. This is Orcs and Goblins turn 4. go ahead and I do flaming swords. That's all I do. I just like, fuck it. I'm gonna throw all the dice on flaming swords, and I don't even have that many dice to do a bubble, so I'm just gonna do a small onto my common goblins, get it off, do the freaking volley fire, and BRAK! I just freaking light them up, just fucking kill them. Holy crap, that was like 70 shots into that guy. It was more than enough wounds. Holy shit. I have never been prouder of a... That was like a layup. That was just like, here's the ball, and there it is. But over here, holy shit. He racks up another wound out to my general. He loses again. He's been losing every single round. Every single round he's been losing. And he just keeps making these leadership checks. And I'm like, son of a bitch. This sucks. Yeah. It's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Beaster's turn 5, 4, or somewhere around there. Magic phase, he gets 8 power dice. He gives his general plus toughness. Or plus strength. He got tired of doing the plus toughness. He was doing the plus toughness because he has the bluffer's helm. It's going to make him harder to do anything. I'm just doing hand weapon shield. I'm like, I'm not going to even bother going to great weapon, because if I go to great weapon, I'm lowering my defenses, and I want him just to lose on combat res. So he does plus strength. He gives him something else, maybe armor piercing or some shit. Close combat. He goes into the challenge again, and he kills my general. God damn it! That plus strength literally did it. It just pushed him over that one armor save I would have got if he didn't do plus strength. So he kills my general. He still loses combat, and he still sticks. What the fuck? What the fuck? It's gonna go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 5. This guy over here, by the way, has been hunting Sabretooth. He's been hunting me. He has been going around trying to shoot me with the Impaler, and he keeps on missing, which is just, by far, just straight luck. Just straight luck that he hasn't hit Sabretooth. I'm expecting him to hit him, make me take my freaking X amount of wounds, D3 wounds, but no. So I'm like, I turn him around, and he decides to just go right in front of me like, whatever, I can't escape it, let's just fight. So I charge in. Magic phase got 5 power dice. Go ahead and I do an enveloping ember again, and I'm like, and I realized around like round 3 or 4, I decided to start moving towards the objective, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "It's breakthrough, right?" And he goes, "It's flags." I was like, "Oh, I gotta kill this unit then." So I did enveloping embers. I kill off a couple of these guys. I go into shooting phase. I kill off a couple more. He only has the BSB and one guy left. And I end up picking him off, I think, with my BSB, but he still has his BSB left. This guy over here, the close combat, I just freaking, I rip a hole right through this guy. I just freaking tear him apart. Holy shit. Turn around, face this guy over here, and he's going to start off his turn. Beast turn 6. He's going to charge into my Boss Tooth. I think it's turn 5. Turn 5 or 6. Over here, close combat, he kills off a couple of my Black Orcs. 5 Black Orcs. I go ahead and I do great weapons again. And, is that right? He charges in. Oh, just showing where he's at. Magic phase, got 5 power dice. He goes ahead and he does like Awaken the Beast here. Then, I don't know what he did over here, but basically he got Scarification on this guy right here. Right? So I go ahead and I swing. I gotta see what I'm doing here. I think he charged in. Oh, he miscast. That's what it was. Sorry. He miscast Awaken the Beast. He ends up taking a couple wounds, which doesn't really bother me either way. I mean, I'm glad he took the wounds. He loses the spell. That's what happened. Over here, close combat. He kills off a couple of my Black Orcs. I just go with great weapons and I rip them apart. Holy shit. Why didn't I just do that in the beginning? I don't know. But now I don't have that many Black Orcs left. But I killed his general, finally getting the revenge for him killing my general. Over here, close combat, I go ahead and I swing, and he goes, you can only wound me on wound rolls of 5 up. And I'm like, why? He goes, because he got freaking Scarification up from the Awaken the Beast spell. I was like, shit, so I only did like 1 or 2 wounds. He is still alive, and it's going to go ahead and start off my turn, his turn. I don't know whose turn this is. Orcs and Goblins turn 6, I think it is. And as you can see, this is kind of how the table looks. He has a BSB, He has a gargoyle and the chariot hiding behind the hill. I decided to move my common goblins on the hill. Okay. I decided to move my common goblins barely touching the hill where my shaman could see them. And my beast could see them. Magic phase, I got 7 power dice. Look at that tremendous dice. That dice says, I beat Lord Tremendous. Anyways, that dice is rolling 6s for me like crazy. And, anyways, I go ahead and I use it. I go a ruby ring and I kill off the freaking one gargoyle hiding from me. I go ahead and I do, I try to kill the other chariot, but it fails. And then over here, close combat, I freaking finally kill off this guy over here. And that's kind of how the table looks. And as you can see, my black orcs were still going towards the other side of the table. And he's like, I can't believe you were playing Breakthrough. He's like, what, one objective wasn't good enough for you? Oh, man, that's funny. Anyways, thank you, Alex, for the game. It was a fun game. It was a massacre for the beasts. Orcs and goblins got 18 points. I think I got 15 points. I probably would have got a 20-0 if my general didn't die. But my general dying cost me a good chunk of points. Anyways, I got a 15-5 before objective, and then I killed all his scoring units, which got me the objective, and it gave me a 18-2. Yeah, that's about it. We're going to go over MVP. We're going to go over everybody's performance, and we're also going to go over the winners of the tournaments, of the Adepticon tournaments. Let's go over the winners first, so that way if you don't want to see who the hell I have, you can just kind of skip it afterwards. But and like I said, guys, Alex played a wonderful game. I actually had a lot of fun playing this. It allowed me to see the strengths of pyromancy against a naked army like the beasts, which works great. I do like pyromancy a lot. I think it is a little bit OP, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, there's some armies that it doesn't touch, like warriors. It just doesn't do shit, you know. Like, well, whatever. Anyways, going off in order of the best evil armies, coming up in 6th place overall is Mr. Mike Lies from Dark Wizard Gaming. He got the best evil army. He got 5th place overall, which is pretty high up there. And yeah, he just had that freaking undefeatable vampire army. I believe for the most part, most people just had to avoid it because there was just no way to deal with it. And I think that was the #1 thing that people were, like, players who have to fight him were just like, hey, I can't handle this guy, so I am just going to go ahead and avoid him. And they would get small losses or a tie. And that's basically it, because there's just no way to handle that much zombies and skeletons. It just was really tough for everybody. So I don't think anybody got a big win off of him. I think that he just kind of crushed everybody. Not crushed, he got small wins on everybody. And that earned him 5th place and the best evil army. Coming up with the best neutral army, as well as the best good army, because they were not giving race-specific awards. And I basically got these guys in the same picture. That face Matt's making. This is Matt Lau and Charles Sadler. Charles is the guy I played in round 3 with his Empire army. He also went up pretty high on the list. I'm trying to pull up to see where everybody finished at. For some reason, my page froze. So I'm just kind of trying to pull that up as fast as I can. Anyways, Charles, like I said, Charles won best good army with his Empire of Sonstal, and he played a very solid weekend. He had a good score. I'm going to look it up as soon as I can find it. As for Matt Lau was playing Sylvan Elves, and he ended up taking 2nd place overall. I would have got that. I would have got the 2nd place overall, but I messed up my round 4. And granted, I don't know who I would have been playing on round 5 if I would have didn't mess up my round 4. So that's something. Matt is he's from Canada, and I was able to see that. Or I was able to actually have dinner with the guy afterwards. We went to a bar, and we were all just kind of shooting the shit afterwards. And he was telling me how his games went. It was pretty interesting. It was really cool guy to hang out with. He was hanging out with Kieran Dunleavy. So me, Kieran, Matt, and then his other two boys, Jeff, and I forgot the other guy. I think the other guy was playing Age of Sigmar though. They were all just kind of telling us about their games, which was a lot of fun. And the guy in the middle, by the way, is Rick Fisher, who was one of the TOs. He was passing out the awards. Anyways, moving on. Best sportsman is John Cash. I couldn't find the freaking Adepticon coverage thing. Anyways, John Cash, he won Best Sportsman. He was actually tied in points for Best Sportsman with Lord Tremendous. But John ended up a little bit higher on the totem pole because he had a better score overall. So John took home the Best Sportsman. Then for Best Paint, guys, I didn't have to take a selfie. There it is. Somebody took a picture for me. And it was like a retarded picture of my face, like, I won Best Paint, which is just a huge honor for Adepticon, because Adepticon, you got people coming from all different countries and all over the United States coming to play, and they were saying right before the award was called that 15 armies got max paint points. 15 armies, and I took the top honor spot, so I am very happy with that. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciated it. To Librarian, to Rick, to the paint judges, to everybody who rooted for my army. Thank you. That's awesome. For Best General, who got the most battle points without taking the top spot, this went to Jeremy Gottschalk. Jeremy is on fire right now. Holy shit. Jeremy's right now, this year, 2017, has taken home first or second place at every major GT he's been to. He went to what the hell was the name of that one over on the East Coast? Oh, I can't remember the name of it. But he went all the way over to was it Pennsylvania or some shit? And he just won first place over there. Then he came over to the Gauntlet, took first place over here, and then he went to Adepticon and he took I think fourth place, but he ended up taking Best General, which is just great. And like I said, Jeremy right now is a force to be reckoned with. And then first place overall, best everything, all combined, goes to Mr. Justin Berge. Justin Berge! Holy shit, out of the woodworks. Justin Berge, if you guys don't know, he was in, his shirt says it, he was in US Masters a couple years ago. But he ended up winning the whole thing too. He's just an incredible player. He plays very, very tactically. He makes very few mistakes. I got the honor of playing him once at the Indiana tournament, and it was a very close game, and it was a very fun game actually too. And then he's a cool guy. When last year at Adepticon, when he was there, Once Bitten told me, he's like, every tournament I've ever show up with where Berge's there, Berge wins it. So that just shows you the caliber of player that Berge's at. As for points, we're gonna go over my points in my army real quick, and we'll stop looking at Justin Berge real quick. So I'm gonna go based on the order of placement. So in 8th place goes to Fluffy. Fluffy is just a goblin chariot. Kind of used him as a chaff as well as some impact hits. Overall, he only pulled in 768 points total. A couple of those were from the Game 2 Skeleton Mash thing, and then the other game was from the High Elf game. So overall, it didn't pull in too many points. But the cool thing is, since I was kind of using him as chaff as well as counter chaff, he ended up pulling in more points than if I just had Wolf Riders. You know what I mean? So that was interesting. The one thing I can say though is if I did just have Wolf Riders, that Empire game would have been a little bit different because I would have been able to get to the War Machines a lot faster. It's very interesting. Going into 7th place goes the other chariot, the Dragon Rammer. Dragon Rammer pulled in 1,212 points, almost double the points of Fluffy. And the one thing is the Dragon Rammer has just the higher survivability rate, and was able to, just because of the higher toughness, And I actually like the Dragon Rammer. It does well for what it does, but didn't pull in that much. In 6th place, with the big disappointment in 6th place, goes to the Space Rock. The Space Rock pulled in a total of 1,951 points, which is respectable on its own right. Most of those points were earned in the first 2 games. After that, the next 3 games, there was just too many answers for the Space Rock, and the Space Rock wasn't able to pull in any more points except for 1 wound on a Gore-Tac. So, I'm sorry, Space Rock, you're a thing of beauty. You probably earned me my best paint, but you didn't do much in points. In 5th place, which is actually not really a legitimate 5th place. This was questionable, but in 5th place in points goes to Bazooka and the Horde. Bazooka and the Horde, my BSB with the Skull Splitter and Poison, and the Horde with the freaking bow shots and taking out Phoenixes and all that crap. Every single round they pulled in points. 600, 200, 200, 800, 500, to a total of 2,400 points. 2,401. Bazooka and the Horde, I love this unit. This unit is so fun for me because people do not expect goblins to do shit. And this unit has proven to me to be a very sturdy unit that could take a beating. And I love it. In 4th place, which is again questionable because their points are combined with 2 units of 30. So 2 units of 30 cave goblins, so 60 cave goblins, have taken 4th place with the Cownado. The Cownado itself is racking up majority of these points. The Cownado freaking dented a Gore-Tac, killed a freaking Demigriff, killed a freaking Rock Auroch straight, killed a Rock Auroch, killed 11 Graveguard. The freaking Cownado is just one awesome thing of beauty. Did some wounds onto a freaking Phoenix, just constantly did damage, and the Cownado has earned itself in the 4th place. Now the reason why I keep on saying questionable is because in 3rd place, with a big upset, is Boss Sabretooth. And I honestly am going to tell you right now, there's 1,000 points of Boss Sabretooth's points, which would knock him down all the way back to 6th place, okay, was because he assisted in round 4. If he didn't assist, he would have been on the bottom at 6th place, which is the biggest point sink I have in this whole list. This character's worth 500 points, and he is not making up his points. He is not making up his points. The Axe of the Apocalypse is awesome. It's beautiful. It destroys monstrous infantry, but how often do you fight monstrous infantry? Or how often do you get the matchup you want to match it against? He was just not worth it, in my opinion. And he is getting the cut on my next list for Koopa. Koopa will be back! And if you guys haven't seen my video, Return of the Fat Bastard, it shows you that I've been working on the Koopa model to make sure Koopa takes his spot as rightful king of that spot. In 2nd place, which is also my MVP for this round, goes to Baxter the Pyromaniac. Holy shit. Holy shit. Do you see those points? 3,416 points out of my level 4 Goblin Shaman. Holy shit! I mean, granted, let's just break this down. They wanted, the 9th Age wanted magic to be a big deal. They wanted, if you're going to take damaging spells, all your spells are damaging with pyromancy. You know what I mean? Where they didn't want everybody to have a Swiss Army knife, to have buffs and debuffs and magic missiles. So I figured, if I'm going to put all my points in magic missiles, I might as well put them all into pyromancy, right? And 3,400 points. He honestly, in my opinion, I mean, granted, I'm doing this based on points, but in my opinion, has earned more right to be number 1 in points, or number 1 tournament MVP, based on the fact, you know what, I'm going to say it right now. He is the tournament MVP. He is definitely the tournament MVP. He basically made me win 3 of the 5 games. Easily. Easily. The level 4 has made me win 3 of the 5 games. With his 2 wounds. And he never died. Not a single game did he die. That is crazy. One is because I have enough or common goblins to take a miscast. Second is because I never throw that many fucking dice. I only throw maximum 4 dice, but usually 3 dice or less. So he never gets the chance of blowing himself up, and for 2 wounds he does fine. This guy, holy shit, and I hate saying it because when I say it I just feel like you guys are going to use it against me when you guys get a chance to play against me, like I gotta kill Baxter. But holy shit, this guy took a lot of points. And first place in points, not the tournament MVP, because the tournament MVP is going to Baxter, but first place in points goes to General Irontooth. I'm going to just call him General Juggertooth. How's that? Juggertooth. General Juggertooth and the Black Orcs. The Orcs de Negro. I said it white like on purpose. Anyways, they got 3,585 points. Now look at that. That's only like a 90-point difference. 89-point difference between them and Baxter. And they cost about triple to quadruple the points as Baxter does. That's crazy. But they also were just able to tear up whatever they fought. That is an evil combo. Pyromancy and Black Orcs. That is an evil combo. Holy crap. But they took just consistently every round 1,300 points, 200 points, 100 points, 1,000 points, 896 points. Every round they pulled in some weight. And the rounds that they didn't really have to. They just sat back. And then when they sit back, they conserve points. They help take objectives. In every round I won objectives. They are basically a freaking solid unit, and I am happy to play Black Orcs right now because I feel like Savages just don't got their punch anymore. Anyways, guys, that's it for my army. That's it for how many points everybody's been pulling in. I hope you guys been enjoying this video. I got it under 50 minutes. Holy shit, that is impressive for a final video. I had a lot of fun. I believe Lord Tremendous is doing a square table on Friday with me. We're gonna talk about Adepticon stuff, and we're just gonna have a good time. It was good to play against Lord Tremendous. It was good to play against all my opponents that I played against. Mike, Charles, Alex, and Aaron. You guys were all great opponents. They're great people. You know, and it's also fun to play at a tournament like this where I played a bunch of people that I've never played before. Besides Alex Meyer, I've never played a single one of my opponents that I played against, which is just awesome. And I've been playing GTs in the Midwest for as many GTs as been out there. I think the only one I missed was Siege. So that shows a lot about the game. It shows a lot about the community, and it shows a lot that I still have more people to play against that I haven't played against yet. So anyways, guys, I hope you're enjoying these videos. I enjoy making them. Like I said, I don't have any videos coming up soon, but when I do, I'm getting ready for OnG. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm making my models now, which you're kind of seeing in my WOG workshops. But I'm going to go ahead and continue working on my models, and I'll probably share my list right before OnG. But besides that, guys, I hope to see you next time. And if you guys can, hit like, hit subscribe. If you guys enjoy my content, please throw me a donation into my Patreon or into my channel, because anything helps. I'm trying to get to afford my way to get to Spain for ETC. So guys, anything helps. I appreciate all the help that I got last year, and I'm looking for some help this year. But besides that, guys, I hope you guys enjoy. And until next time, take care and peace.